Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. I am covering the Alec Murdaugh and Stephen Smith case. Got some new information regarding Stephen Smith. The family of Stephen Smith are offering a $35,000 reward for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible for the death of Stephen Smith. You heard that. $35,000. Check this out.
Eric Bland, the attorney representing the family of Stephen Smith, tweeted this out. Bland Richard and Sandy Smith are pleased to announce the offering of a $35,000 reward for information or a tip that leads to the arrest of persons who are responsible for the death of Stephen Smith. These reward funds came from the GoFundMe money that was raised. To those who have knowledge of how Stephen died or was killed, please come forward. This took a lot of work to organize. We remain optimistic. And attached is for immediate release, Monday, April 3rd, 2023, $35,000 reward offered for information on the death of Stephen Smith. Bland Richard Law Firm, the representative for Stephen Smith's mother, Sandy Smith, is announcing on Sandy Smith's behalf she is allocating $35,000 for the monies raised on her behalf through GoFundMe as a reward for information leading to the arrest of anyone responsible for the death of Stephen Smith. Bland Richard urges anyone with information about the events leading up to Stephen Smith's death to come forward and contact SLED. We understand that providing information about a crime can be difficult, and we want to support the community however we can bring closure for the Smith family. The reward of $35,000 is being offered for information that leads to the identification and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Stephen Smith's death. We hope that this reward will encourage anyone with information to come forward and provide the critical details needed to solve this case. Bland Richard would like to thank SLED Chief Mark Keel and his team for their hard work and dedication to this case, Eric Bland states. The paramount issue here is to find answers for the Smiths family. We won't stop until we do. Anyone with information with Stephen Smith's death is urged to contact SLED. Here's the tip line right there mentioned. Thank you for your continued commitment to helping find justice for Stephen. $35,000 reward. $35,000 reward.
So the family raised money via GoFundMe, and now we're using that money to find out who did what to Stephen Smith. Stephen Smith found in the road during the early morning hours of July 8th, 2015. Case remains unsolved. Originally, it was ruled a hit and run. SLED, which is a law enforcement division in South Carolina, opened up the case. A lot of speculation whether the Murdaughs are involved or if the Murdaughs know any information about the death of Stephen Smith. The family of Stephen Smith said that one of Alec Murdaugh's brothers tried to interject himself in this case. There's speculation that Buster knew Stephen Smith very close to the home. Not so sure if Murdaughs are involved. I haven't seen any evidence of it. Have you? Have you? But $35,000 is a lot of money. So anyone out there encouraged to come forward with information about what happened to Stephen Smith. His family mattered. Stephen Smith's life mattered. The Alec Murdaugh case brought attention to the Stephen Smith case, which is good. It's good. Since Alec Murdaugh is convicted now, spending the rest of his life in prison for the murder of his wife and his son. Now, let's focus on Stephen Smith and getting answers for his family. I was at the scene where his body was found. Remote area, right by a house. I can't see it as a hit and run. I can't see it that way. I think something very nefarious is going on here. And hopefully the family of Stephen Smith, with the help of Eric Bland, who defended some of Alec Murdaugh's victims, is now on board with the Stephen Smith case to find answers collectively with the public's help. $35,000. So if you know anything, contact SLED, contact the family of Stephen Smith, spill the beans, and whoever's out there that knows something, just come forward. Come forward. Come forward. Help. Make a difference. Solve this case for the Smith family. We'll talk soon. Check out my Alec Murdaugh playlist, Jailhouse Tapes, covering this case extensively, covering not only the Stephen Smith case, but the Mallory Beach case, and any and all information on Alec Murdaugh's future court cases. We'll talk soon. Everyone be safe. God bless. Justice for the victims and their families.